Some of history's most important battles weren't fought with guns and tanks. Nope, they were fought with words, with silence, and with interpretation, all under immense, crushing pressure. These were the unseen wars, where a single phrase could change everything.
Take a look at this photo. It's absolutely wild, right? For decades, it's been linked to the legend of Yang Kyung-jong. The story goes that he was a Korean man forced to fight for the Japanese army, who was then captured by the Soviets and forced to fight for them, who was then captured by the Germans and made to fight in the Wehrmacht, only to be captured again by Americans in Normandy. It's just an unbelievable story of survival.
But here's the thing. As incredible as that story is, there's just no real evidence to back it up. It's probably a legend. And you know what? That's okay. Because the true, documented stories of high-stakes communication, well, they're even more mind-blowing. They show us how wars are really won and lost, not just on the battlefield, but in the tense, quiet moments in between.
So, let's dive in. First stop, the shadowy world of World War II intelligence. Picture a secret interrogation camp in London. Every single word from every refugee is being picked apart. Is this person telling the truth? Is this priceless information? Or is it a deadly lie from a spy?
The place was called the Royal Patriotic School, or RPS for short. MI5 set it up with one incredibly urgent mission: filter through the thousands of people fleeing Nazi-occupied Europe and find the enemy spies hiding among them. You can just feel the tension in a place like that, can't you?
And the scale of this whole thing was just enormous. Between 1941 and 1945, intelligence officers questioned about 34,000 people. 34,000! Every single one had a story, and every story could be a threat or a breakthrough.
So after all that work, what was the result? Out of those 34,000 people, they found about 50 spies. Just 50. That's a tiny fraction of a percent. It just goes to show you the brutal reality of the job, an absolutely exhausting search for a needle in a haystack the size of a continent.
But here's where the mission completely evolved. The real gold mine wasn't catching spies, it was the intelligence they gathered from everyone else. These were regular people, engineers, factory workers, mechanics, and they had priceless, current information. They could point out industrial targets on maps, they could talk about enemy morale, they knew about troop movements. The RPS became this incredible hub of information for the entire Allied war effort.
Now, this war of words wasn't just happening in Europe. Half a world away, in the Pacific, the Allies were facing a similar challenge, but on a scale that's almost hard to wrap your head around. The enemy wasn't just a few spies, it was a literal mountain of paper.
The team tasked with this monumental job was the Allied Translator and Interpreter Section, or ATIS. Get this, they processed 2 million captured Japanese documents. At its peak,